Back. We're back, okay? Today we're talking all about the magic, the beauty, the power of the comfort zone. Now, if you're in the self-improvement industry, there's a special kind of hate, a special kind of despicability towards comfort. But let me help you change your paradigm around, because this will help you to actually lean into your edge. So, our comfort zone keeps changing, right? Based on our experiences. Hey there, babe. And whenever we start this journey, we notice that there's certain things we're comfortable with and certain things that we're very uncomfortable with. So gods and goddesses in training, welcome. Let's get started. I am Uncle Makara. All relations, positive psychologists, everything we say will be discussed here through the power of flow. Read the disclaimer. Let's get started. So everybody hates on comfort zones, right? Like, yeah, but that's just like you seeking comfort, right? And then we use these words like comfort food, okay? Bro, junk food is not comfortable to me, okay? I don't know what you guys are gonna say, right? Because when I eat some processed sugar or something like this, man, sure, it brings me comfort for that moment, but right afterwards, nah, I'm gonna crash, right? I'm definitely gonna crash after that. So, what's up, Sama? Champ Pack? Hey, can openers here's too. Why though? Why? But why, Dad? But why? Okay. So everybody hates on comfort zones, bro, but guess what? Comfort is actually dope, right? Comfort is actually incredible. Because when you are comfortable, if I am the most comfortable in this room, right? Let's say I go to a high-end environment, lots of people there, right? If I become the most comfortable man in that room, guess what? Everybody else's lizard brain picks up that I have the highest status in that room. Isn't that wild, right? And here we sit and we make fun of comfort. Really? What about those people that are thriving, winning? You think they don't feel comfort? They feel like worthy. They feel they have arrived. They feel like they're there. But again, this journey is like you never arrive, right? So it's like the embodiment of what continues. You get what I mean? So it's like, don't let people make you even more enslaved through creating some kind of limiting web of beliefs around you, right? Like everybody wants to hate on the comfort zone. Like it's the devil, like it's a coffin. Oh, that's where dreams go to die, bro. Guess what? Comfort is fucking dope, right? Give me a thumbs up, man, if you agree with me. Comfort is earned. Am I right? Comfort is a status signal that says I don't have to prove shit to anybody in here, actually. Okay? When you walk into the room, comfortable in your body, comfortable in your presence, comfortable in your breath, the lizard brain starts taking notes, okay? Life's an abyss, half filled with sadness. Thank you for that depressing statement, Nate. I hope you feel better today, bro, by listening to this. Because primal instinct doesn't speak in formulas or flexes or nervous system dysregulation, right? It doesn't speak, it speaks in ease. It speaks in bliss. It speaks with connectedness. And speaks because comfort tells the nervous system, this one is safe. This one is safe, this one is dominant. This one doesn't chase. They're comfortable because they're the choice point. They're comfortable because they are the choice point. They know that they have the choice. They can change their situation around. There's a lot of people who are multimillionaires, right? They've made $1 million, lost $1 million, made $1 million, lost $1 million, right? Like this. It's happened. It's through the circumstance, it's through the flow. It's through the up and down, the season of life. So the moment we get caught up like, don't be comfortable, man. Now you're creating more resistance to just simply resting and being in your presence. You see what I'm saying? So this is why we have to stop worshiping discomfort like it's some kind of a god, bro. Okay? Because that's power without performance. Okay? And here's the thing, slaves are so used to pain that they start worshiping discomfort like it is the divine. And so what tends to happen is they build entire identities based around the hustle, based around being a person who grinds really well. And so it programs them to think, I gotta suffer to be somebody. I gotta suffer to be somebody. Okay? Joy is the strength of the Lord. Let it fill your body. You will have endless energy and presence. 100%. Keep at it with good energy and mantras. Nate's right, but that's the beauty in the process. Half of it's sadness, but the other half is happiness. Absolutely. It's bittersweet. Okay, it's a bittersweet symphony. Okay? They build entire identities around burnout. Okay? So when someone is relaxed, when you see someone chill, does it trigger you? Does it piss you off? This person is way too calm, bro. Right? It's like, where's the adrenaline? Where's the fire? Everybody has that fire. Some people just haven't accessed it, right? Ryan G, what's good? Ryan G knows all about this topic. Suffering becoming someone's status, man. You know what I mean? So when someone is so relaxed, so chill, someone who's so unfazed, they're smooth like water, they feel threatened. Because you're not in a web of belief. You're actually not worshiping the false god of struggle anymore. And that takes courage. Maybe some of you are not free yet, but you're in spiked halos, preaching resistance like it's righteous. But the resistance isn't holiness. Resistance is just resistance, okay? You look at resistance like it's righteous, like it's something that is so holy to me. No, comfort, true comfort, that's flow. True comfort, that's righteousness. True integration. When I finally feel like I've made it, right? There's no making it. There's a continuous phase of this, I've already arrived. And it's just being lived throughout my waking life, my existence, right? So that's like walking as God in sweatpants, right? Comfort is not needing justification, but within understanding with nothing. How do you content with nothing when streaming on gossip of loving your envy? The Buddhists had it all along. Love, man. The Buddhists had it all along, huh? So yeah, man, stay dangerous, stay comfortable, stay free, okay? Because the new status flex isn't the grind, it's grace. Grace, ambition, true aligned ambition, I would say, is the new hustle. Flow state is the new hustle. When you're so tapped into this divine rhythm, this invisible substrate that moves you along, that taps you into the Tao, you know that there are about to be blessings. You're gonna be raining in blessings very shortly, okay? Why? Because you are divinely protected, because you are here to be worthy and to claim your reality. You're not here to wait. You're not here to play in, I'm just gonna wait until I feel like it's okay and then I can participate. Or I'm gonna wait and I'm gonna wait for the right time, the right opportunity, and I'm just gonna sit back and then I'm gonna act, right? Like, listen, there is always opportunity. The frequency is maximization opportunity. That doesn't mean that you get caught up in this loop of constantly chasing validation, constantly chasing outside of the comfort, right? Oh no, I'm in the comfort zone again. I gotta keep improving, right? And this feeling that I'll never make it, that's the story you're feeding, right? So what if you've already made it? and you're reverse engineering from you already making it? What if you embody and you start to act and speak and breathe and eat like the version of you who already has it, the most loving, wisest, awakened, honest, dope, cool, funny version of you, right? What if that's the real you? And what if the version you're being right now, you're pretending? I believe default is like karma is only a bitch if you treat her like it, says Mathis. Like you wait and wait, but don't act on your inspiration and guidance. That's sloth. And default comfort in the abyss won't help, right? Patience, for example, is different. You wait for instruction, you code, you script. It's a step-by-step. That's patience. Setting, time, timing, 4D. Very well said. That's one of our adepts. Go join the mystery school, guys, for this tech, okay? PrimalSutraMysterySchool.com. Go join, okay? Tap in. Let's go. We're waiting for you on the other side. Join our channelings. We do it weekly, okay? Tap in. Join our podcast, okay? Myself and Ryan G. Join our live streams, okay? I have one with Ellie as well, okay? Join it. Just embrace yourself in this movement, in this culture, because that's what it is, right? That's what it is, and you have to embrace that, because anybody who understands they want to speed up their spiritual and material evolution and leave behind the wounds of their past, you have to have patience, right? And patience is a new powerful technology and mindset for cleaning your emotional baggage, actually, because when you give something space, right, it can then find more room to do what it needs to actually do, right, in certain moments. So think of patience as a survival value, not as waiting for something, not as I'm just like, you know, is it time now? No, it's like a lion waiting for, its hunt. It's like it knows the right timing because it's already charged. It's Super Saiyan mode. And then when the right opportunity presents itself, I'm already in the zone, right? Tap in. Primal Sutra is lit. Very grateful for the community. Let's go, Samba. Yeah. Awesome, guys. So any other questions around this topic, comfort zone? I just thought of this yesterday, man, because I was watching all of these videos and I just saw like a lot of people, they have this empty theatricality, but they're not really like moving with it. Yes, they're using improv tactics to manipulate, yes, and they're using the theater techniques to manipulate others, not actually make them feel empowered and like kings and queens and bosses, right? This self-help industry calls you evil, calls you demonic, calls you shames dissent, shames crushing authentic questioning. Oh, you can't question that. You can't question that. You can't talk about that, right? And this is why we live in this kind of cancel culture, this, anything that silences the opposition by calling it low status, by calling it beta male, by calling it demonic, by putting it in a box, is luring broken people and keeps them broken for control. It doesn't empower them to fly. It keeps their wings fucking clipped. So it uses truth is God and vague spiritual lingo to bypass your logical mind. Nate says, Jesus just wanted you to treat yourself as you would him. Yep. The question is the first form of hate, but a construct of building ideas instead of shunning the improv to creation-based pattern. Interesting. You have an interesting syntax, Nate. Turning spiritual wisdom into a game of control rather than liberation. But guess what, man? I didn't fold. I kept channeling. I remembered who I was. I kept... Someone's calling me. Hold on. Probably work. Okay. All right. Let's do this for maybe 5 more minutes or something like this, and then we'll wrap up, okay? But yeah, so this topic, I didn't fold, man. I remembered who I was. I went rogue. I broke the fourth wall. I started reshaping new timelines, right? Because there were people that were trying to silence me. There were people that were trying to shame me because they couldn't handle the realness. They couldn't handle someone actually living and talking about this stuff. And we're building something way more powerful. So we have a Sangha. It's a free spirits, flow shamans, okay? Divine rebels who just walk like gods among mortals. And others, they can try to be like us. They will not walk like us or talk like us or flow like us. Why? Because We have become the teachers that the students have feared, right? The system warned us about a tribe of superheroes, okay? Spiritual avengers all around the planet, right? Connecting each other. Understanding. You don't gaslight, challenge, bully people. You hold space for them. You point to yourself and you start growing by yourself. Now, some people, they preach divine poverty while quietly begging for money and obedience and like they want to earn something, right? So then they also borrow like spiritual texts, like biblical authority to serve their own image. They'll use the Buddha to like look cool and flex on people, right? They'll start using all of this tech to just pull you into this weird realm, right? Like one of my past mentors, he claimed to be demon possessed. Then he was the Holy Spirit. Then he called me possessed for channeling, okay? So if you contradict yourself, right, over and over and over again, relying on the recency bias to try to sweep prior claims under the rug, you're a joke, right? You're using improv tactics to manipulate people. Now, this is not what we stand for, and we have to point out that any ambition is actually not demonic. Any deviation is not ignorance or evil. And in fact, if you want to keep followers safe and afraid, not safe and afraid and like, you know, clinging to their lives, you know, that's what's gonna happen. I'm ISO speed. I'm not like any YouTuber, David, okay? I'm not like any of these guys that you've seen, okay? I'm the Mr. Priest Beast, okay? All right, guys, I think I'm gonna end it here, okay? Hey there, man. So, anything else, guys? Any other questions on this topic? I know I'm rambling quite a bit, but I feel empowered by this topic because I'm gonna take a stand, man, for these people who, they just want broken people in their tribe, right? That's why they keep calling you weak and beta and all this kind of stuff. They want broken people there. But I want kings, winners, legends, gods, goddesses in my tribe, okay? That means we're not gonna settle for less. We're not gonna shrink ourselves down. We're not gonna put ourselves into like a tiny little cabinet to try to fit into the mold. And then anybody who's not Primal Sutra is a piece of shit. No, that's not what we're doing. That's not what we're doing. This is one of the paths that can lead you to the flow state dominion, right? And so it's not my way or the highway, it's the flow way or the highway. You guys get this? Give me a thumbs up, yeah? So this is it, guys, okay? We have to really take a stand now. Enemy picture design. What do you mean by that, Mathis? We don't work with that. Yeah. Let's upward spiral. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah. Upward spiral, gang. We keep improving. Okay. We're not just like going around in circles, right? We're not going around in circles. This is a thematic spiral where we keep going inwards and upwards, right? And this is such a beautiful journey. Okay. Thank you so much, guys, for tapping in. I hope you have an incredible rest of your day, wherever it is you're tuning in from. Make sure you share this with a friend, share this with somebody who needs to hear this today. Maybe they're in a, you know, zone where they don't feel comfortable or they feel way too comfortable. You need to like shake them up and put them into the zone, right? Uncomfortable comfortableness. That's what Bruce Lee would say, right? I mean, it's like acting, not acting, right? So let's embrace that. Let's embrace that. Let's get it today. Upward Spiral gang. Peace, guys. Much love. Let's go. Let's win today. You already know.